Hi, I am Sophie Stardrop and welcome to a new video, a little bit of a different video. So I've been thinking about this subject for a while and I thought that I might as well just give it a little bit of a try. I've always been a little bit of a fan of My Little Pony. It's been my childhood show and to this day I still enjoy the series. I saw a lot of people doing redesign videos just talking about how they would write the character, and I thought, hey, I have an idea, so how about I just do this kind of like a thing I can do every now and then, on top of the already story times that I make every now and then too. So here you go. I wanted to start with AppleJack because this redesign is not only about the character, but also about the world building. In case you don't know, My Little Pony has a very big world building and I always liked it, but I felt like I wanted to change a couple of things for my own version of how this character is. I also wanted to start with Applejack because she gets a lot of criticism for being a quote-unquote background pony. Essentially, people find her to not be very interesting. I do disagree. I absolutely love Applejack, but one common criticism that I always found is that the only thing Applejack kind of has going for her element, the honesty element, is that she can't lie. Now, I do have to agree a little bit on this, is that every character in the series kind of represents the element. Some more than others. For example, Fluttershy clearly represents kindness, but yet again, you could say the same about Rarity and her generosity. So I figured I wanted to do something a little bit different. That's why in this redesign, Applejack is actually a liar. But you might be thinking, well, Sophie, how does that work? The elements are supposed to pick who they are represented by. How could a liar represent the element of honesty? Well, it's because in this redesign, the elements work differently. These ponies are not called the bearers of the elements, they're called the representatives of the elements. And why is this? This is because the ponies themselves don't necessarily represent the element per se. What happens is that these ponies represent a community of ponies. So, like I was saying, a lot of things relating to harmony, like Applejack is honest, but so is her family. Applejack is loyal, just like Rainbow Dash. Everyone around them kind of has a lot of the things of the element, so why choose Applejack or Rainbow Dash to represent the element when there's so many other characters? I actually wanted to tackle this from a different point of view, and it's that the ponies chosen to be the representative of the elements are not necessarily the ponies who kind of showcase these qualities exactly, but more so ponies who are constantly surrounded by other people that get inspired by them to do a certain type of good. In this case, I feel like I would rather explain what my vision for Applejack is, and it's that she is a liar. But she's a specific type of liar. She is pretty much the saying that goes, it takes one to know one. Well, Applejack in this redesign is a liar precisely to catch other liars and as a way to protect herself. This Applejack it's not originally from Sweet Apple Acres, and in fact comes from Manhattan. So in her youth, instead of being a country pony at the beginning, she's actually a pony from Manhattan, and she goes to Sweet Apple Acres to change her life a little bit. Applejack's life in this redesign is a little bit complicated. She grew up with a lot of fakeness around her to the point that she got to hate that fakeness, but she also got to be a part of that fakeness as a way to fit in. So she's always carrying that. Those appearances is something that she doesn't like, but she kind of developed a way to fake it and kind of fit in with the rest of the people who were taking care of her. Eventually, she decided that she wanted a little bit something different in her life, and she decided to go to Sweet Apple Acres to live with her other side of the family. I still haven't decided if Apple Bloom is still going to be her sister or if she's going to be a distant cousin. However, I did wanted to mention that Applejack does have a cousin similar to how Apple Bloom has Babseeds, and this cousin gifted her the little buns that she wears in her hair. She denies that she has a lot of emotional connection to it, but you can see it wear it pretty much every day. This is also why AppleJack kind of shapes her hair. She takes care of her hair more than the original AppleJack, precisely because she comes from Manhattan, so that's something that it's stuck with her even after she left. It's also a way that she has to hide the actual effort she puts into the farm. So she came into the farm very early in her life, but even then she had to do extra work to try to get into the family's traditions. Now, she was a liar at the beginning. Pretty much she said that she loved everything about Sweet Apple Acres, but because she was a city pony instead of a farm pony, she actually had a hard time adapting to the farm life, to all the work, to all the dirt. She had a very hard time adapting to that, but she lied and said that she was fine. Eventually, she did come to enjoy the life, and the main reason why she didn't left for Manhattan again is that she actually really enjoyed the honesty the people around her have. Now, again, I don't know if McIntosh and Apple Bloom are going to be her siblings. I believe that for this to work, they would be more like cousins. But yeah, I do like the idea of AppleJack being a lonely single child. But I don't know, let me know what you guys think. She liked the honesty that they had between one another, and she liked the honesty that she was receiving, even if she felt guilty about lying to them about everything being so good. This kind of lying habit of hers eventually became into white lies. You probably saw in the redesign that I had a little bit of a color palette change with this AppleJack. This is because I actually realized that there are colors for lies. So there's the white lies that are small but are for the help of others. There's red lies, which from what I see are kind of represented by pink, which are kind of like small lies that are for self-benefit, I believe, or for self-detriment. I like either interpretation because she is lying to keep all those people that she cares about be happy. So she's lying for others, but she's also lying for herself because she wants to keep this life. But also, it's kind of hurting her because she feels like she cannot actually be honest with anyone. Now, ironically, this habit of lying is something that helps her have a little bit more of like a knowing of when someone is lying. So whenever there's like whenever Apple Bloom got bullied at school, and the bullies may come to the house being, oh, but Apple Bloom is actually the liar. I wasn't the one who bullied her. Then AppleJack can immediately tell, no, you're lying. Nope, you're lying. Nope, get away from my sister. I believe. Well, I mean, sister, cousin. I don't know. Let's say cousin for now. Get away from my cousin. I don't believe you. And then obviously the cousin Apple Bloom would feel a lot safer with AppleJack, precisely because AppleJack believes her, because she can tell she's saying the truth. So people around AppleJack often feel more comfortable saying the truth and being themselves because AppleJack is going to believe them. AppleJack prefers people who are honest with her, and even if she doesn't fully like some stuff about them, she still appreciates that over lies. So the ponies that are around AppleJack are ponies that often feel like they are free to be themselves and free to say the truth about what they think because they know that AppleJack will catch them on any lie. Precisely, it takes one to know one. I also thought that it would be funny that AppleJack is a very bad liar. Like, she makes that silly face every time she lies, but people are so used to her making that face that they don't know if that's a quirk of hers, if she's just... They don't know if she's lying, if she's not lying. They just know that she makes that face every now and then. It's like, oh yeah, it's an AppleJack quirk. I thought that would be really funny. Another thing that I really like is the idea that she overworks herself for the town. So in a lot of episodes, we've seen AppleJack refusing to be helped and saying like, no, I'm fine, I can do this by myself. This is funny because in the original show she does that, and it's like, girl, you're lying, you're the element of honesty. Come on, girl. Yeah, but in this redesign, it kind of makes sense because she is lying. She's keeping her mane just to pretend she's fine and she's not overworked. Girl, just say the truth. You need help, please. And another thing that I found interesting about my version of Applejack is that she would be kind of resentful of having this title as the element of honesty. Like, no, I'm not honest. I'm a constant liar. I lie to everyone, even to myself. How can I be the representative of honesty? Obviously, she won't talk about this with anyone until the series progresses and her friends slowly get the truth out of her. I believe probably Pinkie Pie would be the one to get the truth out of her, but I have my own vision for Pinkie Pie and about Cutie Marks, so if this series gets support, I'm going to change how Cutie Marks work and I'm going to do a redesign of Pinkie Pie. I also like the idea that this Applejack is kind of sassy, kind of like, yeah, you ain't lying to me. Sorry, honey, but you ain't lying to me. And I don't know, I guess I just wanted to give like the little side eye that she gives to some ponies to this. I didn't get to draw it, but just imagine this pony is giving the biggest side eye of doubt to anyone who is lying. I just think that would be funny. I only left it as a sketch since the sketch itself already took me a while. But again, if you want to see a little bit more of this kind of redesign series, let me know, please. And that would be it for now. Thank you so much for watching a bit of a shorter video, but one that I was thinking about making a while ago, and if I see a lot of support, I will continue. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to drink water, stay healthy, and see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!